Welcome to Chemistry with Dr. Z. In this video, I'm going to talk about alcohol, structure, and naming. So, alcohol is another group of organic compounds, another series of organic compounds that they are different from hydrocarbons. They are not hydrocarbons now because they contain oxygen as well. So, the functional group of alcohols is the OH. The general formula of alcohol for alcohol is CnH2n plus 2O, so they have an extra oxygen. The first four members of the series are called methanol, ethanol, propanol, and butanol. So to name alcohol, we're going to use the same principle you used before for alkanes and alkenes. So the prefix will refer to the total number of carbon atoms, and then the suffix here, we in the suffix we're going to replace the e from the alkane with an ol, so anol at the end of the name. So the first alcohol is methanol, which is the alcohol which contains only one carbon atom. The structure formula is CH3OH. Displayed formula, as we can see, is the carbon, and which is going to be attached to the OH, which is the functional group, and then we have three more hydrogens attached to the carbon. The second member is called ethanol. This has two carbon atoms, so it's going to be CH3CH2OH, and the displayed formula, you're going to draw the two carbon atoms with an OH attached to the terminal carbon atom, and then you're going to add the remaining hydrogen where each carbon has to have four hydrogen, four bonds in total. And then propanol is the third member, where it has three carbon atoms and an OH at the end. So the structure formula is CH3CH2CH2OH. When you draw it, you draw the three carbon atoms with the OH at the end. Then you carry on drawing all the hydrogens to make sure each carbon has four bonds. And finally, butanol. This is the four carbon atom alcohol, where it's CH3, CH2, 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 and then OH at the end. Again, to draw with the four carbon atoms with the OH at the end, and then you carry on drawing all the hydrogens. Alcohols form a homologous series in the same way as alkanes and alkenes. And the homologous series all have the same general formula, and we know the general formula for alcohols is CnH2n plus 2O. They differ by CH2 in molecular formula from the neighboring compound. So the difference between methanol and ethanol is CH2, ethanol and propanol is CH2, and so on. They all show a gradual variation in their physical properties, such as their boiling point. So the increase in the number of carbon atoms in the alcohol will lead to an increase in the boiling point in the same way as the alkanes and alkenes. And finally, they all have similar chemical properties because they have the same functional group, which is the OH. So the functional group is what is responsible for the chemical properties. So all alcohols will have the same chemical properties, meaning they're going to have similar reactions.